Why Norway is the Tesla capital of the world. Almost 60% of new cars sold in Norway are entirely electric-powered. This is the latest record-breaking statistic involving Norway and electric vehicle records as the Scandinavian nation looks to stop sales of fossil-fueled cars by 2025. And considering Tesla is the biggest brand of EV cruising around most roads, it's no wonder the majority of cars on Norwegian roads are Teslas. In this video, we'll seek a detailed explanation as to why Norway is full of Teslas. In most European countries, you will probably spot one. We're talking about Tesla cars. Norway, and particularly Oslo, has the biggest number of Tesla cars per capita in the world, to the point that you hardly see a regular car anymore in the streets. But what's the reason behind this? Electric cars are more environmentally friendly, and Norwegians care deeply about the environment. Going zero emissions and reducing air pollution is a point of pride for this country, along with the extensive recycling network, and electric cars are the way to get there, especially when almost all of Norway's electricity comes from hydropower, so it's cheap and clean to begin with and can power all these electric cars. Secondly, driving a Tesla car in Norway has many perks. For one, you get free parking, and you can drive in the bus lane, which is significantly faster, something that would accrue heavy fines if you had a regular car. Also, they're very efficient. A Tesla car can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.1 seconds, which makes them a breeze to drive and easy to handle when you have to react fast on the road. Plus, because electric cars are so popular, there are charging stations everywhere. The city of Oslo has about 2,000 of them, so you never have to worry about running low on power. And did we mention that charging them is completely free too? Another reason why the famed Scandinavian nation has several Teslas on its roads is because they are actually cheaper. Have you heard the rumor that if you want to buy an electric car in Norway, the government will pay half of it? Well, there's some truth to that. Although Teslas are expensive cars, you save a lot of money on taxes, as you don't have to pay registration fees and get tax deductions for owning electric vehicles versus the steep taxation on regular cars, so it evens out. It's currently more cost-effective to buy a Tesla car in Norway than to buy a BMW, for instance. But you also save money in your everyday life by using an electric car. For instance, you don't have to pay any tolls to go in and out of Oslo. The government does everything to encourage citizens to buy electric cars. It's not just easier for you to buy a Tesla car in Norway, it's also easier for the companies to sell them, as the government offers them the opportunity to avoid paying sales taxes for selling electric cars. This is all part of the plan to end sales of gasoline and diesel vehicles by 2025, which might sound ironic for a country whose economy is basically sustained by oil and fossil fuels. But Norwegians will tell you that the system works. They extract oil in a greener way than other countries. They sell it to the countries who need it the most and use their significant resources to make their own country as green and oil-free as possible. Teslas are the most logical step in that direction. Constant headlines over the past few years have left many people scratching their heads as to why this tiny Scandinavian nation with a population of just over 5 million leads the EV revolution. The answer is simple: favorable environmental math and financial incentives. Tesla isn't the only popular electric or hybrid vehicle in the northern European country. Across 2017, and for the first time ever, electric and hybrid cars accounted for more than half of all new vehicle sales in Norway. The shift away from pure fossil fuel engines has been so fast that 2017 sales of cars using some form of electric battery power topped out at 52%, according to the Norwegian Road Federation (OFV). Norway is an oil-rich economy that does allow for high wages, but the real push toward luxury electric vehicles has been made possible by a huge sales tax exemption. Rapid uptake in North America and India is also expected, while Sub-Saharan Africa, Middle East, North Africa, Latin America, and Northeast Eurasia are identified as laggards. Denmark is another country that illustrates why subsidies are not only crucial to EV growth, but also retain existing market appetite. For a long time, electric car buyers were spared the 180% import tax that Denmark applies to vehicles fueled by an internal combustion engine. Under pressure from traditional manufacturers, those tax breaks were originally set to be phased out from 2016 to 2020. But as soon as the new regime was introduced in the first 3 months of 2016, sales of electric vehicles dropped from nearly 2,500 units to just over 200. Most of Norway's top 10 cars in 2019 were electric, including Volkswagen's Golf, Nissan's Leaf, Audi's e-tron, BMW's i3, Jaguar's I-Pace, and several of Hyundai's models. New car sales in the country in 2019 were 142,381, of which 60,316 were fully electric. In 2021, as many as 6 in 10 of all new cars sold in the country could be fully electric. The country's best-selling car in 2019 was Tesla's mid-sized Model 3 sedan, which retails from 384,900 Norwegian crowns, approximately $43,721, racking up an 11% market share in the California-based firm's first attempt at cracking the mass market. Rising global awareness of climate change has encouraged a shift in regulation, technology, and consumer preferences, disrupting the auto industry and boosting Tesla's share price to make it one of the world's most highly valued car brands. Last year, the company started producing a medium-sized sport utility vehicle, the Model Y, but faced competition from a plethora of rivals, including Daimler AG's Mercedes-Benz, VW's Audi, and Ford Motor Company. Norway is Tesla's biggest market per capita. 10% of the world's electric cars are sold in Norway. The fleet trails only the USA, China, and Japan. A Tesla Model X is the country's 4th best-selling car. According to Tesla, Norway is the country where luxury Tesla has become the budget option. Tesla became the most popular car maker overall in Norway at the end of 2017, but it has become a victim of its own popularity. Service stations are lacking. The Norwegian market is the first market where plug-in vehicles are truly mainstream. According to the Norwegian Electric Vehicle Association, it is the tax break that makes electric car prices competitive at the time of buying the car. The car tax system is based on the polluter pays principle. The purchase tax for all new cars is calculated by a combination of weight and carbon dioxide and oxides of nitrogen emissions. The tax is progressive, making big cars with high emissions very expensive. Most electric vehicles are cheaper than a similar gasoline model, even if the import price for electric is much higher. This is the main reason why the Norwegian market for electric cars is so thriving compared with other countries. Norway's electric obsession looks set to continue beyond cars. Avinor, the state-owned operator of the majority of the country's airports, has announced its desire to use electric-powered aircraft on short-haul flights by 2030. Meanwhile, Scandinavian airlines have teamed up with Airbus on hybrid research. The country also leads the world in the transition to battery technology for shipping. An all-electric passenger vessel already operates on the picturesque Nærfjord, ahead of the fjords becoming zero-emission zones by 2026. Well, it seems Elon Musk has got loads of love from Norway. I genuinely think EVs are the best way to save the environment. So, do you think other countries should follow in Norway's footsteps? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and turn on those post notifications.